this is Malini. In my last video, I showed you how to make a succulent terrarium using a recycled jar. I didn't have any tools with me at that time, and I basically used my hands to insert the succulent into this jar. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to make succulent terrariums using tools that you might have on hand at home. And this is a tweezer, and this is basically a little paintbrush. And this might make it easier when you're planting, let's say, multiple succulents or cuttings in jars such as these. And this jar is slightly wider in terms of the opening, so this might be easier in terms of making a succulent terrarium. So I'm going to show you the same method I did in the last video. I added a little bit of pumice on the bottom, and pumice helps with preventing any root rot. Now you can use activated charcoal in addition to the pumice. Activated charcoal does help prevent algae buildup or even mold or mildew, but if you don't have it, don't worry. The pumice will still work in terms of preventing any root rot or any kind of mold or any mildew. So you don't have to worry about adding activated charcoal if you don't have it. After the pumice, we add a well-draining succulent mix, which helps with root development, and it also helps with a lot of nutrients as well. So we add a little bit of layer of pumice on the bottom. Now, you want to leave room for your cuttings or your succulents. Now I'm going to use a simple tweezer, and you can, again, have any succulents that you have at home or that you buy in a store and make your own little arrangement. Now I'm going to carefully add the succulent into the soil. Now you can use the tweezer also to make little holes as well. That might make it easier. You can also add soil as you see fit. Okay. Then I'm going to add more cuttings. Cuttings are easier than rooted succulents, and these are already callous and ready to plant. And you can just use, again, the tweezer and your hands to help maneuver and make your arrangement. So all I'm doing is just adding the succulents around this main plant, which is my center. And I'm aiming for a 360-degree view so that you can see this arrangement from all directions. Okay. Now we're just going to add more cuttings around it. You might have to remove a few leaves to help it fit. And it really is based on your preference of how you want to make your arrangement. Whatever colors you like, whatever fits the decor in your house, it's really up to you. So this is what makes the project so fun. You can even have your kids help you make the terrariums. Have them add for example, have them help you with the top dressing. They can actually add the top dressing as sort of like a little fun project. Again, cuttings are always easier here. This is already ready to go because you don't have to worry about so much of the roots and removing all the roots. Yeah, the cuttings are a little easier to fit, especially in containers such as this one. And it will still grow in the soil or even just in plain pumice. Now, terrariums aren't meant to last. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the same qualities as, say, for example, a container with a drainage hole and then the soil. But these are purely for decorative reasons or decorative purposes, and they'll still last. I have terrariums that have lasted for 6 months or more, so that's actually a pretty good length of time. I'm going to add one more just to make it more full. Now, I'm gonna see if I have any room for rocks. I might not have any room, but that's okay as well, because you can also make it more of an organic look. And I think that looks really pretty just with the succulents all in this beautiful little terrarium, little glass jar terrarium. Now, if I have any room for rocks, I'm gonna see if I can add some of these really pretty colors here. This is rocks that you can't find anymore. These are nice, pretty multicolored rocks, and they have interesting little sort of little accessories here. So I'm just gonna see if I can add just a little bit, just to see if I have any room. Yeah, I do have a little bit of room. You know, just to add a little bit of color. It's not absolutely necessary. And this is where the tweezers come in hand, where you can actually move the rocks away from the inside the leaves of the succulents. You can also use like a little funnel. If you have a little funnel that you have at home, you can also use that to adding your rocks at the end. I don't have that with me, so I'm just gonna, again, improvise and use the tools I have here, my tweezers, and my small little fingers right now. This is when I'm using my hands and my fingers and the tweezer. So this is same method applies with this terrarium and this terrarium that has a larger opening, and I added more succulents. I just wanted to show you how to make a succulent terrarium using a different recycled jar and using tools such as tweezer that does come in handy when you have to get into small little spaces. Now these terrariums are great for families, for kids, kid projects, summer projects, holiday projects. You can even make a whole event, have a succulent terrarium party. Those are also fun little things to arrange for kids, for adults. So there's multiple uses for having these succulent terrariums and making a project out of it. Just to give you an idea, this is a really pretty succulent terrarium using multiple succulents and a larger jar and using different color rocks here. See, these are the pretty little color rocks. I might keep adding a little bit more when after the video. I can show you in a different video how all these succulent terrariums look at the end after I finish planting them. So I just wanted to show you how to make succulent terrariums using recycled jars that you have at home. The care is the same as this one. Water once a week. If it's outdoors, put it where it gets some shade, where it gets filter light. Or you could put it indoors near a bright, well-ventilated window and water once or twice a month. Well, thank you for watching.